Video here, we're going to talk about another card that released in Dragons of Legend. It's Guarded Treasure, continuous spell card. Activate this card by discarding 5 cards. Semicolon, draw 2 cards. While this card is on the field, draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your normal draw during your draw phase. This card is really underrated right now. People are saying it's really bad, that you can't use it. The -5 is so bad if your opponent has Dark Bribe or MST. At the same time as Dark Worlds can't even use it because semicolon draw 2 cards takes place when the effects of all the Dark World cards would be able to activate. So why in the world would this card be considered good? I honestly think this card would be amazing in very few decks, but these decks can utilize this card so well. One of the decks being Harpies. I'm going to say this with confidence because Harpies have cards like the Hysteric Sign that they want to discard, or just the need for spell cards to be able to discard off of the Summoner Monk, and this card itself makes it so that you go 100 million times % plus by doing all of this. Not only do you get to draw 2 cards instead of your 1, but by activating this card, if you go second, you activate it, discard 5, draw 2, end phase, use your spell card to search for 3 more, in which you end your turn with 5, but now every single turn you'll be drawing 2 instead of just 1. You cannot be guaranteed every single second that you're going to have that 1 searcher card in your hand, but at the same time, this card also works amazing in this deck because they have their Mass Monster Reborn, the Hysteric Party. At the same time as they just released another Monster Reborn that I'll be explaining in another video. This card, though, works in this Harpy deck because you can gain back the instant advantage by sending everything to the grave and then flipping up your cards later turns to just draw a crap ton. When you'll be drawing 2 cards instead of 1, that makes top decks amazing since you'll be able to not just draw that top deck of just the party, but the top deck of party and another card to be able to use with it. Or making it so your top decks are just wonderful. At the same time as this card is an MST target, so after 2 turns your opponent might MST that when they draw it, and it'll leave your back row there, or leave your field spell there, because your opponent's not going to want you to continue drawing cards. If you do draw multiple in your first hand, you can activate 1 and get rid of the other 2 to draw better cards. Right away, that should tell you this card is way better than people are letting on. It does say it does say semicolon draw 2 cards, which makes Dark Bribe really effective against it, because then you discard 5 to draw 1. But at the same time, most of the time people are not going to go setting 1 card on their first turn. A lot of times people will either summon card and pass, or just pass their turn. A lot of times I don't see any play going on. So being able to use this, going second, is amazing. This is another version of Pot of Greed that is, in my opinion, way better because it not only loads your graveyard up with cards, but keeps cards coming every single turn. Another deck that this can work in, proving that not just Harpies can utilize it, is Zombies, because not only do Zombies have the issue of not getting cards in the graveyard fast enough, but they also have an issue of sometimes running out of hand presence because of different cards such as Plague Spreader and Zombie Master taking away the hand presence and putting it onto the field and back into the deck. This card does a great job of putting everything in the graveyard, allowing every single turn you to draw 2 cards instead of 1, and immediately draw 2 cards after putting everything in the graveyard, which is amazing. Put your Mizuki, Plague Spreader, and your Malicious all in the graveyard, and now you can instantly win games because everything you need is in the graveyard now. I'm not saying you're going to open every single hand with this card and a Mizuki and a Plague Spreader and a Malicious, but it opens up a ton of situations and windows that you were not able to attain beforehand. That is my reasons for why this card is good. I think that it should be tested in a lot of decks. I probably won't be using it in different decks like Madolches, but it's always fun, once again, I said, to try things. You never know when discarding all your Madolche cards to banish or recycle and stuff might be fun. It's just this card is really good in decks that can utilize their graveyard, to utilize effects that need them to be in the graveyard for different reasons, and I think that the card's way better than people are letting on. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think of other videos. If you want to see more deck talks, tell me. I'll be recording more duels really soon. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, welcome to grammar class. Today we're learning about semicolons. Yes, Lonely Island?
We use semicolons every day.
Can you give me an example?
Oh, hell yeah.